And subscribers, welcome back to the channel. You don't know it's a boy SAE. Bless upon yourself, and thank you all for tuning in. Some wonderful people. The West Indies head coach Darren Sammy is confident ahead of the first test between them and Australia at the Oval starting June 25th. My wonderful people in man said they didn't have a camp just for decoration. They're going out there to fight and win the test match. They know that Australia is without Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne, but that doesn't say that they are weak. Based on history, the Australia team is still a powerful team. So no matter what, the West Indies are going out there to win the match. Confidence is there, unity is there. You know, people, he touch on a lot of things. You understand when it come on to what he plans to do for us versus Australia and what he expect the guys to do. He said they have to take 20 wickets to win the test match. They have to bat at least 120 overs, which I've never done before in West Indies history. So, you know, people explain a lot on what he has in plan or in store for the Australian team. But my people, if it's the first time on the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to be the first alerted whenever a new video is uploaded. And don't forget, drop a like on the video, and you know. So without further ado, let's dive right into the details.
Sammy pleased with Windy's camp intensity, eyes fortress mentality ahead of Australia test. Some people, with the first ball of the test series against Australia just days away, West Indies head coach Darren Sammy has drawn confidence not only from the tactical preparation of his players but also from the spirit, unity, and fierce attention to detail displayed throughout their just concluded pre-series camp. The 10-day camp, which began on June 11 in Barbados, was described by Sammy as a crucial phase in the team's development as they prepare to defend home turf against the formidable Australians, who have not lasted, or should I say, not tasted a Test series defeat in the Caribbean since 1991. In fact, the last time the West Indies won a Test series against Australia was in 1992 to 1993. Right? I am happy with what I saw during this camp. The energy and effort the guys put in is something I always emphasize. You don't need talent to give effort, and the effort and attention to detail that was on display in the camp was good, Sammy said. We know Australia is a team that has not lost in the Caribbean since 1991, and so we know what challenges we face. We went in their backyard and draw a series, and the culture we are trying to build is to make home our fortress. And what I have seen the last 10 days here at the camp tells me that we are ready for the first test at Kensington Oval. He added, unlike traditional camps that might focus broadly on fortress and farm, Sammy and his coaching staff designed this session around key game scenarios as they place emphasis on clarity of role and test match endurance. The squad was carefully selected with specific roles in mind and what it is that is required for us to be successful playing at the international level, or at this international level. We had 2 intense days that mimic full day of test cricket. We focus on how the openers should approach the innings, how the middle order builds around that, and other specifics in terms of how we want to go about things, Sammy explained. According to Sammy, the goal is not just to show up, but to be strategically prepared to win when action gets going next Wednesday. We need to be able to take 20 wickets in order to win a test match. And we need to be able to bat at least 120 overs in the first innings. It is something we never do. Cricket is a game of shifting fortunes and glorious uncertainties. So for us, it is focusing on our preparation, understanding the challenge that we will be facing, which is the opposition, and coming up with a game plan that we back ourselves to execute, he declared. Sammy, who took the reins during a period of transition, pointed out that there is a long-term vision at play, one built on purpose, clarity, and consistency, and that vision is not clouded by who may or may not be in the opposition starting team. So Australia, whether Steve Smith is there or not, are equally capable of winning test matches. The statistics have shown and proven over the last decade that they are one of the top teams in the world, and so it's for us now to fine tune and focus on the areas where we have to improve. Sammy shared, right? Um, we have looked at our performances from the last World Test Championship cycle and are working to build on the good and correct the bad in this cycle and build for the future. We do have a brand that we want to play, and the personnel that we have selected need to go out and do well, he noted. Still, despite Australia pedigree, Sammy was unequivocal about his team's belief. We are confident we wouldn't be training the way we are or planning the way we are if we didn't believe we could win. That's what it's all about, building a winning culture, communicating clearly, and backing each other, because when you are going up against a top team in the world, you will need every ounce of that belief, he ended. So basically, Darren Sammy, I tell you clear that, yo, we're not training, we're not keeping camp just for decoration. We're telling you straight up that we're going to fight to win against Australia. We're going to bring the flame against Australia, and we're going to show them that not because they are ranked in the top of the World Test Championship that we are fear them. We fear them. We know we're going out there all guns blazing. We're not gonna hold anything back, and the way the guys have been doing in training, it's really commendable, and we have been, selecting players for specific roles, and based on what we have witnessed, the guys have really been adapting to the condition that are the position that we have selected them to play. He talk about holding a practical test scenario in 2 days. You understand, where we try to get the opening pair to start the innings, the middle order to build the innings, and how the cricket operate, guys. You have to have people who build, who start. So we are eager to see who will open the batting for West Indies, because it's something that has always been under a lot of us mind. We have John Campbell, we have Craig Brathwaite, we have Michael Louis, we have Brandon King. So we have couple players who are capable of opening the batting. So it's all come down to who Sammy is comfortable with. But the number one choice, I think, is John Campbell and Craig Brathwaite. But we're gonna wait and see, guys. But that's what Sammy had to say right now, guys. He's really confident. He's saying that not because Australia is a little bit weaker without Steve Smith and Labuschagne, meaning that we're going to really say, all right, we're gonna have an easy win. He said, no, we are going out there just to win. I understand, but leave your honest thoughts down below. All right, bless up.